Hello everybody, this is Rebecca Jane from yogawithrebeccajane.com. Welcome to our Summer Solstice class. We're going to start with sitting as we are. You can sit on your knees if you wish, or cross-legged. You choose the position that works for you. Now, if you need a block underneath you, if you happen to have brought the blocks with you, we're outside as you could tell, but if you're doing this from home, feel free to sit on blocks. And what I've said before, the blocks are really good because they take your knees, and you want your knees effectively to be lower than your hips. So you can see mine are pretty high. So I try and sit on a blanket or something. So if you can do that. Okay, so let's close our eyes for a moment. And let's just take this first few moments to settle in. And just feel the sun. We have a gorgeous, gorgeous evening. Lots of sun. So the longest day is here, the summer solstice. This is the day to let your bones feel the fiery energy of the sun. For today we will receive it in its fullest, and because of that, the energy of the light and awakening is in the air, making many people feel alive and energized. For me, there is a feeling of opening and climaxing as we reach the peak of light. And the flowers, in all their colors, were open, full of pollen, sensual smells, and the buzzing, pulsing bees. This has been said to be the day where you let yourself shine in the way your soul calls for, whether that be dancing, singing, making music, creating art, wild swimming, naked forest bathing. I love this. I'm reading this. I didn't write this, just like, making love in the warmth of the air, or just letting yourself play under the golden light as it softens the hardness, the tightness, and whispers to the golden light inside you. For some who have grown to fear their own shining due to criticism, shame, and fear, this day and the summer energy can be hard. Worry and anxiety can arise and want to hide away under the cool gray rocks. If this is you, maybe take this day to get to know your beauty, your medicine. Letting yourself find the courage to let your soul breathe and play and sing. Maybe go alone somewhere in nature that you feel safe, and let yourself feel the warmth on your skin, the light on your face, and the tender touch of your fingertips on the earth. Let's begin to just let ourselves connect with the breath. Ujjayi breath, inhaling and exhaling. Listening to the sound of your breath, using that as your meditative sound, the focal point. As you close your eyes, you might even see the sunlight behind your eyelids. Let's just gently begin to open the eyes, and let's transition onto our hands and knees. Once on your hands and knees, press into a child's pose. Reach the arms nice and long. Stretching and breathing. Melting your heart to the earth. Let your knees widen, big toes touching. So the mat feels very, very different on the grass as opposed to on your, on a hard floor. So let yourself enjoy the softness, the malleability of the earth underneath your mat. Let's inhale, come up to all fours. Let's do some cats and cows. Taking an inhale, arching the back, and then exhale, rounding. Going back and forth through this flow. The most basic flow there is. Let's do another 3 sets. And then let's take one more deep breath in, and as you breathe out, press into your child's pose with your arms nice and long, stretching through those fingers, waking up those hands, letting your forehead rest on the ground. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Let's take an inhale, and as you exhale, slide your hands towards your knees, sitting on your heels. Taking a pause here, breathing in and breathing out. And then inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky, lifting through those arms, stretching, reaching the hands towards the sun. Come into a gentle back bend, and then exhale, lower the hands to the ground into a child's pose. Let's inhale, slither forward onto your bellies, onto your forearms, into a sphinx. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, stretch the chest forward, spread the collarbones, pressing into the tops of those feet. Breathing in and breathing out. Take an inhale and exhale, lower yourself down, slide your hands underneath your shoulders, lift up onto your knees, then exhale, downward facing dog. Then take an inhale, lower the knees to the ground, and then exhale into a cat stretch. And then inhale, slide your hands towards your knees, lifting off those heels. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart, sit onto those heels, or towards those heels if you cannot sit down. Take a pause here, take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Let's inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Coming off those heels, exhale, lower the hands to the ground into a child's pose. Inhale, slither forward. So this could be kind of like your knees, chest, chin. Inhaling into your sphinx. And then exhale, lowering yourself down, pressing up, downward facing dog. Inhale, lower the knees to the ground. Exhale, cat stretch. Inhale, slide your hands towards your knees, lift the arms up to the sky, stretching and breathing, maybe coming into that back bend. And then exhale, hands to heart, sitting on your heels. Pausing here, breathing and lifting your heart to your thumbs. Warming up our bodies. One more time. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, lower the hands to the ground, child's pose. Inhale, slither forward onto your belly. Forearms on the ground. Slide your chest through those arms. And then exhale, slide the hands under your shoulders, lift up, downward facing dog. Take an inhale, lower the knees to the ground. Exhale, cat stretch. Inhale, slide your hands to your knees, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, float the hands to your heart, sit down onto your heels. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Feeling the breeze on your skin. And then let's take your hands, place them back on the ground. Come to all fours, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, curl toes under, downward facing dog. Let's hang out here for just a little bit. Just taking your hips, if they need to, from side to side. Bending and straightening. Feel the hands on the mat and just the difference they feel when they're on the grass. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, let's take a walk to the front of the mat. Let's come into a forward bend. Make sure any people with back issues bend the knees. Take a moment here, either opposite hand, opposite elbow, or hands can drop to the ground. Just shake your head no, shake your head yes. And a few little maybes. And then come back to stillness, release the hands to the ground, bend the knees, take a deep breath in, and ragdoll roll all the way up to standing. Sweep the arms up to the sky, saluting our sun. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's take this moment here to really connect. This is the ultimate salute, the mountain pose, Tadasana. Lift your heart to your thumbs. Feel the sun on your face, on the crown of your head. Let the breath flow through the nose and out the nose. Okay, we're going to go into the first sun salutation. Take an inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Excuse me. Float the hands down the center of your body. Forward fold. Let's inhale, step your right foot back. Keep your right knee off the ground, runner's lunge, framing your left foot. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're not doing any chaturangas yet. Take an inhale and exhale, step your left foot forward into runner's lunge. Exhale, right foot forward, forward fold. Inhaling, lifting all the way up to Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart. Taking a pause here, breathing in and breathing out. When you start breathing deeply, you end up breathing things into your throat. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky, lifting up. Bring the palms together, leaning back, slightly back. You don't have to come very far. And then exhale, float forward, forward fold. Inhale, step the left foot back, runner's lunge. Exhale, step right foot back, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here in downward facing dog. Deep breaths in and out. One more time, take an inhale. And then exhale, step the left foot between your hands, runner's lunge. Exhale, step right foot forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Coming up to the top, hands to heart. Take a moment here. I always end up getting a cough when I'm outside. I'm sorry about that. Okay, that's good. We'll add on to this. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Little tiny back bend. Exhale, lower the hands down. Forward fold. Take an inhale, step right foot back, runner's lunge. Then exhale, downward facing dog. That's inhale into plank. Exhale, knees down or up, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or sphinx. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking 2 breaths here in downward facing dog. Inhaling and exhaling. And then take an inhale, step your left foot between your hands. Runner's lunge, exhale, forward fold, right foot next to your left. And then inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. One more set. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Let's inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. That's exhaling, forward fold. Take an inhale, step your left foot back, runner's lunge. And then exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Then inhale, plank. And then exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. And then taking a moment here, lowering the knees down, opening the knees wide, pressing into a child's pose. Keep the arms nice and long. Breathing in and out. Feel the warmth of your body. Maybe you're sweating a little bit. And then let's inhale, come back to all fours. Curling toes under, downward facing dog. Bending the knees, coming onto those toes, either step or take a little jump to the front of the mat. This time, halfway. Fingertips on the ground or on the shins, lift up. Your spine is nice and long. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Bring the hands together, float the hands to your heart. Breathing in and breathing out. One more deep breath in. And then let's inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhaling, forward fold. Let's inhale halfway. Let's exhale, step back into your downward facing dog. Bring your left foot in towards your right foot. Inhale, right leg reaches up behind you. Step the right foot to your right thumb. Runner's lunge. Breathing in. Lifting your chest forward. You could lower your left knee down if you'd like. And then left hand inside your right foot. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Twist, revolving lunge. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Flatten out your back foot. Cartwheel your arms open. Keep that right knee bent. Warrior two. Bring your gaze towards that right middle finger or head in line with the center of the chest. Breathing in. Make sure that front heel's in line with the back foot. And then from here, take your left hand behind your left thigh. Right hand spins backwards and stretch towards your back leg, while keeping that right knee bent. And then take an inhale, slide your left hand up to your left hip, straighten your front leg, triangle. Right hand on the right shin, lift your left arm up to the sky. Rebend your right knee, open those arms out, warrior two, and then turn your back, curl your back toes under, woo! Lower the hands to the ground, step back, downward facing dog. Different on grass, right? Lower the knees to the ground, take a pause here. In your child's pose, arms along, breathing in and breathing out. What a gorgeous night. Inhale, come up to all fours, curling the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shake your head no, shake your head yes. Get rid of that tension. Bring your right foot in towards your left foot. Inhale, left leg reaches behind you. Exhale, step the left foot to your left thumb. You're in a high runner's lunge, or you could lower that right knee to the ground. Right hand inside your left foot, reach the left arm up to the sky. Squeeze your left knee in towards the center of the body. Exhale, lower that left hand down, flatten out that back foot. You might have to heel toe that left foot into the right a little bit and cartwheel your arms open. Warrior two. Looking towards that left middle finger or head in line with the center of your chest. Then from here, keep the left leg bent, right hand behind your right thigh, spin the left palm up towards that back leg and stretch into that back leg, reverse warrior. Breathing in and breathing out. And then slide your right hand to your right hip, straighten your left leg, and let's take your left hand on the left shin. Right arm reaches, triangle, Trikonasana. Left, right arm reaches, breathing in. All body stretch and strengthener. Take an inhale, use your right hand, pull yourself back up, rebend your left knee, open the arms out to the sides. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, spin your chest forward, curl your back toes under, and then lower the hands to the ground. This time step your right foot forward to the front of the mat. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling forward fold. When you do a halfway lift, you're strengthening your back. Let's reach the arms up to the sky. Bring the palms together, interlace them except for your index fingers, and reaching back behind you, stretching through the heart. Breathing in and out. And then inhale, lift up nice and tall. Let the hands float down the center of your body, bowing to the earth. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhaling into plank. You could always take a child's pose here at any point. Exhale, lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, or if you're into upward facing dog, come onto the tops of those feet. Arms are straight. Lift your chest forward. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Lower the knees to the ground. Open the knees wide, let the big toes touch. Taking a moment here in your child's pose, taking that recovery breath. But the breath continues to be strong. So we're not there yet. Let's take an inhale, come up to all fours. Let's exhale into a cat stretch. Bend the elbows, take a deep breath in and curl toes under, that would help. Lift your knees slightly off the ground, hover. It's so much easier on the grass, right? You're like, yeah, right. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your left foot in towards your right foot. Reach the right leg back behind you. Step the right foot to your right thumb. Runner's lunge. This time, turn your entire body to the left long end of the mat. Turn your toes slightly in, heels out, and let's bend your left knee, straighten your right leg, and then bend your right knee, straighten your left leg, going from side to side. You can always place your hands on your thighs if this isn't going to work for you with the hands on the ground. So go at the pace that works for you, the width that works for you. You might have to go wider, you might have to bring the feet in a little closer. Stretching out those inner thighs. Let's come back to center, turn your right toes forward, back into that runner's lunge, step back, downward facing dog. You can feel free to take a child's pose or follow me through vinyasa. Plank, chaturanga, into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your right foot in towards your left foot. So join us in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg reaches behind you. Step the left foot to your left thumb. Runner's lunge. Breathing in. And then as you breathe out, turn your entire body to the right long end of the mat. Turn your toes slightly in, heels out, and let's go from side to side, bending the right knee, then the left knee. Now you should feel pretty flexible at this point, or more flexible. And then the next time you bend your left knee and then turn your left toes forward, back into that runner's lunge. This time step right foot forward, forward fold, front of the mat. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Stretching and breathing, hands to heart. Let's take a pause here. How do you feel? Do you feel that heart rate? What other senses are being required at this time, or being pulled out? And then let's gently open the eyes, and we're going to do the tree. So this will be fun on the grass. See how everybody does. I'm not judging anybody, I promise. Okay, So we'll start with the right leg being the bent leg, the left one being the standing, and take your right foot inside your left ankle to start. So I always like starting there myself, just to kind of get my bearings, hands to heart. Now you might slide them up a little higher to the calf or inside your left thigh. Drishti gaze, looking towards the ground with a soft gaze, hands at heart. Squeeze your bottom cheeks. So I can't see you because if I look at you, I'll be all over the place. So I don't know what you're doing. And then let the arms lift to the sky. Whoops! I'm watching Carol, all of a sudden I did. Oh, is it? So, now if you say, oh, this is easy, you could take your right arm on that right thigh, palm up, and stretch over towards that right leg. Breathing in and breathing out. Then inhale, right arm lifts, lower that right foot down. Whew. Let's do some figure eights. Hands on the hips, loosening up. This is Jerry's favorite, right? So when we do the figure eight, it is the hips, but you can incorporate the shoulders, the neck. And then let's bring the foot back in, the feet back in. The right foot is your standing leg. Left foot is on that right ankle, hands at heart. Center. Now you could go up a little further, anywhere but the knee. Looking towards the ground where there's nothing happening. It's just grass. Squeeze those bottom cheeks so you engage those inner thighs, and then arms might reach up. Now if you want to go a little further, you could take your left hand on your left thigh and right arm stretches to the left. Inhale, left arm lifts. Hands back to your heart, lower your left foot down. Take another little figure eight, just to loosen up your lower back. And then let's come back to the front of the mat if you've moved. Oops, my battery is low, so that's not good. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Let's interlace the hands except for those index fingers, and let's bring the feet either together or slightly apart, stretch to the right. Then inhale, lift back up. Maybe look towards those fingers, and then exhale to the left. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. Open the feet a little bit wider and let the hands float as if you're carrying something in your arms all the way to the ground. Bending the knees, sweep your arms back behind you as if you're skiing. And then inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Deep breath in, and then exhale, rebend your knees, sweep the arms back behind you. Make sure you're leaning on your heels, not on your toes. Inhale, lifting back up. Exhaling, bending. One more time, inhale, lift. And then bring the hands together in front of your heart. And let's come down into Malasana, our squat. Guys, is so good. Oh my God. Breathing in and breathing out. And then lower the hands to the ground, straighten those legs. Heel toe those feet back to hip distance. Let's take an inhale halfway. Let's exhale, forward fold. Let's step your left foot back, right foot back, downward facing dog. And let's lower the knees to the ground. Take a pause in child's pose. Forehead resting on the ground. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's take an inhale, come up to all fours. Exhale, curl toes under, downward facing dog. Bending the knees, take an inhale and exhale, step or take a jump to the front of the mat. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Hands to heart. Okay, so we're going to do I've done this before, a balancing flow. Okay, so we start with the right leg lifted into a stag. Hands at heart. Arms can lift to the sky. Then exhale, step right foot back into high lunge. You might have to adjust that front foot. Then exhale, open up into warrior two. Take an inhale and then exhale, spin your chest forward, curl the back toes under, back into that lunge, and then inhale, slide your right foot forward, back into stag. Exhale, hands to heart. Taking a moment here, taking a pause, breathing in and out. Let's do it on the other side. So let's take an inhale, left leg lifts, whoops, into your stag. Then exhale, float that left leg back into a high lunge. You might have to adjust that right foot. Then take an inhale and exhale, open the arms out, the legs out, warrior two. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, spin your chest forward, curl the back toes under, high lunge, and then take an inhale and exhale, left leg lifts. Good for the ankles when you're on the grass. Exhale, lower left foot down, hands at heart. Breathing in and breathing out. Feeling what just happened to your body. Let's inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling halfway. And then step left foot back, right foot back, downward facing dog. And then lower the knees to the ground. And let yourself settle in your comfortable child's pose. No more sun salutations. And when your forehead is on the ground, you might want to roll your head from side to side, just loosening up your neck. Maybe do the maybe, which is like the wobble head. Like that doll that you put on your dashboard, or we used to. And then slide your hands to your knees. Come onto that right hip, and let's extend your legs forward. It's like, yay. We're on the mat now. You're doing very good, Ruth. Taking a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, fold over. I would imagine your forward bends are going to be amazing after all this, right? All this stretching. Hug your knees into your chest. So as I promised, we would do plow. So we're going to do plow and then shoulder stand. So some of us are going to have our legs up towards the sky, but with the sacrum on the ground. That's as far as you go. You might bring your legs a little closer, and that's fine too. That's for others. Without moving your head from side to side, don't move your head. Lift your tailbone off the ground, take your hands on your lower back, and then take your legs over your head. If you could touch your feet to the ground, then you can take your hands from behind your back. And then if you want to lift up into shoulder stand, do so. With the hands on your lower back. And if you're in shoulder stand, bring the legs back over your head. And then gently release down. Releasing the hands next to your sides, lowering down vertebra by vertebra, placing the feet flat on the ground, knees pointing up. Take a moment here with your knees knocking together, just to give your lower back a moment just to readjust. So that was shoulder stand. We haven't done that in a long time. And then from here, extend your legs on the ground. Now we're going into fish. So what you're going to do is you actually bring your feet flat on the ground first, knees up, and then place your hands underneath your tailbone. So make a little diamond with your hands. Place it right underneath your tailbone. Then extend your legs. Now some of us might not be able to do this. On the ground, extend them on the ground, and then squeeze your elbows in towards, as if you're trying to get those elbows underneath your back, and come onto the tops of your heads. So feet stay on the ground. Kevin's showing off with his strength. So Kevin, keep the feet on the ground. Yeah, that's good. Perfect, perfect. So this opens up the front of your body and your neck. And then gently roll onto the back of your head. If that's too much for the top of your head, just feel free to not do the place on the top. And then slide your hands from underneath your sacrum, lower your tailbone down. Hug your knees into your chest. Let's take the arms out to the sides like wings and let the knees drop to the left. Everyone knows this. Our favorite pose, one of them. And turn your gaze to the right. Just stay here another 3 breaths. We don't usually get to really enjoy this stretch in our short classes. And then pick your knees back up, give yourself a hug. Bring forehead to knees, round up into a little ball, and then take your legs to the right. Arms out to the sides like wings. Turn your gaze to the left. Ah, heaven, heaven. And just let the breath soften here. There's no need, no more ujjayi, just a gentle, even breath. And then let's pick our knees back up. Give yourself another hug. See if you can get even closer into your knees, forehead, maybe touching the feet with your hands. And then let's extend the right leg to the right corner, left to the left. Do your little wiggles and jiggles. Pick your shoulders off the ground, slide your shoulder blades under, and then soften into the grass. So the beauty of the grass is it just kind of cradles your body, which is so beautiful to have this. Palms facing up, chin slightly tucked. And let yourself settle here for a few minutes. I will let you know when we're ready to come out. So keeping your eyes closed, just gently begin to bring movements to fingers and toes, wiggles of fingers, wiggles of toes. And then deepen the breath. Closing the distance between your legs. Take an inhale, stretch the arms away from the legs. And then exhale, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself that hug. And then rolling onto your right side in the fetal shape. And just pausing here. How often do you get to do this, right? Not too often. And then ease yourself up into your cross-legged seat. And for the next moment here, just sit and be still. Noticing the sounds around you, the feeling of the ground underneath you. The breeze touching your skin. Let's inhale the arms up to the sky, touching the fingers together. Let's let the hands float to your heart. So this summer, I invite you to revel in the beauty in your practice and in your life. Let these solar energies on this summer solstice nourish and support you. Like a beautiful butterfly taking flight in the direction of your dreams. Thank you so much for being here with us. Namaste. Have a lovely, lovely evening. Happy summer solstice. I'm waiting for the bells to go. Well, it's not really. According to my clock, I'm right on top. There you go. Okay. Namaste, everyone. This is Rebecca Jane from yogawithrebeccajane.com. Thank you for being with us. See you soon.